Thanks to the colleagues who have responded to those questions, and also to, okay, I just wanted to raise just 3 issues. One, the issue of policies. You know, our government undertook the structured adjustment programs in the late 1980s, and our government liberalized. They said open up your economies. We opened up, we privatized, then we deregulated. Government moved out of development. You know, it just left so many things to the private sector, as has been pointed out. And today you have had that issue of supply and demand, market forces and supply and demand. But I think what's really, really important, my colleague the ED from ACODE was asking government, you have to intervene somewhere. I think it's important for government to be able, you know, or as Ugandans to be able to agree, what kind of policies do we need to put in place to get out of this situation? And what should be the role of the state? Because when we undertook the structured adjustment programs, it was under conditionalities. IMF, World Bank told us, if you want to get out of the problem we're in, do ABCD. But I think it's important because these policies are not God-given. No, we sit, we craft policies, and we ask government, do ABCD. And I think we need to rethink the issues around supply and demand. If a policy can't work for the people, it can't work for me and you and 90% of the people, then that policy should be changed. And I hope government should rethink those issues around the supply and demand and market forces. Because other countries, even those countries who told us to do so, are no longer doing it. Number 2, the issue of promoting the many products. I don't mind how many products government promotes and supports. They can even go into dodo, nakati, ntula nyanya, I don't mind. But what I'm saying, if we are to get out of poverty, and if we are to engage in meaningful trade, government has to support a few commodities. And when we talk about supporting a few commodities, we are looking at government supporting the entire value chain, from the market to the inputs. Start from the market. I want to give you an example of one product which Kenya is supporting, avocado. The government of Kenya negotiated. In fact, it was the president, Uhuru Kenyatta, with the president of China. They sat, and Uhuru told him that our trade balance, you know, between Kenya and China is very high. We are importing more than we are exporting. How do we reduce that trade balance? And Xi Jinping said, what do you want to bring? What can you bring? Said, we have avocados. Said, that's okay. So, said, okay, bring avocados. The 2 teams now sat, the Kenya team and the China team sat. China had a very high tax on products on avocados entering China. They reduced the taxes. China also agreed. They agreed on the quality what kind of avocado do they want? I want this high table also to listen to what I'm saying. Okay, so they agreed on the quality. China said, I want a hard avocado with a hard cover, and I want it frozen. And I want so many tons. And they agreed on the tons, they agreed on the quality, they agreed on the taxes, because China reduced the taxes. Today, Kenya is exporting avocado to China, to the China market. And what I understand, some of the Hass avocado from here goes to China through Kenya. That's what I'm saying. Let us start from the market, and the markets are negotiated. Then you work down the entire value chain. Kenya has cold storages, and they give seedlings and inputs. They give their UNBS handles the quality. So you can't do that for 18 products. You can't do that. So if we are talking about supporting for the sake of eating, for the sake of bringing all those products to Nakawa market and to Kalebe market, it's okay. But if we are talking about promoting backward and forward linkages, industrializing, exporting to China, I think we need to rethink what products we are going to promote. Lastly, I also want to have a say about the relationship between civil society and government. I want to applaud the Ministry of Finance. SEATINI, we work also with the Ministry of Trade. We have been working with this ministry for the last 20 years. And SEATINI is a member of a number of committees in the Ministry of Trade, and we also go with the Ministry of Trade as part of the delegation to negotiate. But doesn't mean we are compromised. This is our government, and when we go there, we support and defend our government. Never go out to America, to Geneva, and start attacking your government. You don't do that. Support your government, defend it, but come back and tell them PDM is not working. Don't go to Geneva to tell your government PDM is not working. No. So that's how we work. That's how we work. And Dr. Asa has pointed it out clearly, that civil society have evolved. We have become professionals. Do give objective criticism so that we can be able to move our country